the host of Aaron's Hour, Aaron Phillips.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Aaron's Hour, coast to coast, coming to you live from Virginia Beach. I am Aaron Phillips, which is a good thing because otherwise the title of the show would make absolutely no sense because then you wouldn't have Aaron Phillips here. As you can tell, I've got a packed house today in studio, and I love packed houses. I'll get to introducing them here in a moment. But as always, thank you for making me part of your Saturday, no matter where you are. And we're also simulcasted on what page? What page are we simulcasted?
At William T.
Sorry,
Stars.
I didn't mean to wake you up.
William T. Stars social media is definitely casting over there right now. William Womack Jr.'s personal page is running across them both.
Perfect. So we are simulcasting all over the place. So whether you're watching us on Facebook, whether you're watching us on YouTube, as always, thank you very much. Don't forget tomorrow, dbtv.tv at 1 p.m., you'll find the best of Aaron's Hour episodes there as well. And if you haven't had enough of me after the next 60 minutes, if you wait 30 minutes after that at 12:30 p.m. local time, Cox Cable Channel 4, Sky 4, you'll see my TV show, The Voice of 757, where my guests this week are folks from the Hampton Roads Chamber of Commerce. Miss Lauren, she is the Director of Marketing and Communications. She is my guest. If you missed that episode, I still got you covered on Facebook, y'all. Why? Because you can go to the Facebook page called The Voice of 757. I upload all the shows there after they air on TV, so you can always catch your favorite episodes, rewatch, whatever you can do to help boost my viewers will keep my show on the air, quite frankly. Anyway, and as always, out in Las Vegas, where it's kind of hot out there right now, Mr. JP, John Styles. JPEG is out there. Good morning, John.
What's happening?
What's happening in Las Vegas this morning, sir?
Short sleeves.
Yes, you.
we should probably hit 90 today.
Oh,
and I'm
nice.
chuckling because I see a couple of guys there wearing jackets and the scarves and everything.
Actually, John, I'm gonna take this sweater off.
You got Vegas blood.
But understand something. I live in Las Vegas.
That's right.
That's what I was just going to say.
This group here, and while here, the weather is so cold that it's ridiculous.
You got Vegas blood, man.
I was told that it's a bipolar weather.
That's right.
Because
wait another hour, it'll change again.
Yeah. So
we'll be in the ocean in no time.
That's right.
Give it a couple of minutes.
So I came well prepared with layers on, trust and believe me.
We have been experiencing all 4 seasons in the span of 6 hours every day in the last week over here. So what else is going on there in Vegas, my friend?
I don't know.
Okay, well, thanks for stopping by. Have a good day.
Hey, all right. They got me chained to this damn computer. I don't get out of here very often.
Wait a minute. Who do you mean they? You work for yourself, you Huckleberry.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you later then. I'm out of here.
Goodbye. All right. Also, too, it's a great opportunity for me to introduce the rest of my panel today, starting my far left, your far right. Miss Shauna Turner, how are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing very well. If I was doing any better, they'd have to arrest me. And of course, rap star, mogul, and just really an all-around nice guy himself because he paid me to say that. William T. Stars, good morning, sir.
Blessings, bro. Aaron, how you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. And really, the main guy today, listen, anybody that can get away with a classy hat like that, is worth his weight in gold. Dr. Cecil Jenkins, the last protege of the incomparable Marvin Gaye, he is here today. The reason we're all together is we're going to be talking about an event that's happening on April 11th in conjunction with our mutual friends of Tidewater Community College, Take Back Our Children event, which is really focusing on music and education and fun. Is that a good synopsis of what's happening?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, thank you for watching, everybody. No, I'm only kidding. And yours truly somehow is involved in this event on the 11th. I will be spending some time at the gala evening there. We'll get into all that as the show progresses, but I wanted to welcome and have you realize who our guests are today. Every once in a while, well, not every once in a while, all my guests are here. Look, sitting next to you, look what's happening. I'm getting the goosey.
Yes.
I have the goosey. I have chicken skin. I mean, I'm sitting next to a living legend here, folks. You got to understand that. I may be a Hall of Famer in Las Vegas, but this man's a Hall of Famer in life, And so is William, and so is I say Shauna, but it's Shana in my world. Peaceful, what they do within the community goes beyond description to fully understand that. All right, with that, it's my favorite time of the day. This is where I get to share some stories and headlines from coast to coast all over the place. So, John, if you would, let's take it over with Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
with a nod to the past and an eye to the future. Here is Aaron Phillips with Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
All right, there you have it. We were just talking about Ricky over here. Cecil was asking, he's not related to Johnny Cash. As a matter of fact, the story goes, he wanted to use Cash as a last name because whenever we would sit around and commiserate about life and our families, and we just never have enough money and all that stuff, he says, Aaron, he says, if I'm in the room, you'll always know you'll always have enough cash around. I said, works for me. Works for me. All right, let's get this right. Exactly. Listen, unfortunately, I lost my buddy about 3 years ago. He passed away after some illnesses on his travel across country. His family relocated. Thank you. He relocated from northern Nevada out to the East Coast at that time, and I miss him every day. My buddy Ricky Cash.
I can imagine.
You know, we spent 7 years on the air together, but we were best friends for 20. You know, doing Vegas Unwrapped. And so that intro that you all saw there, thank you, John, for putting that together. John was actually part of us in one of those pictures. We were all dressed in tuxedos. John was in that picture. Is a tip of the cap to Ricky because he'll forever be embedded in what I do. He was my first student training on how to do what we do because, you know, we just did sports together and all that stuff. But I know he's watching over us. So he's watching over me and he's saying, cut that out now. So there you go. All right, let's get to some news and notes I pulled that I find interesting. I'm going to start there in Henderson, John. You probably saw this in the news. This is a great thing that was done for a Henderson Vietnam veteran. He received a free air conditioner from a military-owned company. This was a raffle that was had out there. 77-year-old Mike Payne worked in the engine room of a battleship during Vietnam War. His 35-year-old air conditioner was replaced at no charge by Semper Fi Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. He said, quote, it makes me happy. The company used a crane. I saw the picture online. I mean, it was, you see this air conditioner on this crane hanging over in the sky to remove his old air conditioner from his roof, because as you know, a lot of air conditioners in Vegas are on roofs, right? The older homes, right? Cody says it was getting real old and noisy. He cringed every time he turned it on. At least now with the 90-plus degree weather, we know he's got some good AC going on. He receives all of $1,600 a month from Social Security and, of course, has mortgage and bills. So, of course, a free air conditioner really worked out well. He served 2 tours in Vietnam. He was a throttle man on the USS Towers. He controlled the speed of the vessel as it cruised the waters off Vietnam during the war, and he served 2 tours, as he said. Semper Fi, which means always faithful. And of course, John, our guy there in Vegas, is also a Marine. So he absolutely. I always get yelled at by him. I say he's former Marine. No one's ever a former Marine, is what you yell at me.
Once a Marine, always a Marine.
Right.
But
Exactly.
tell him I said, whore. Once a soldier, you get out of the military.
That's right. Anyway, Semper Fi gives away HVAC units and raffles, which Mr. Payne was part of. And the company has continued to help veterans. So good job, Semper Fi Heating and Air. Thank you very much.
He's to be saluted, though, because when you think about it, to go over twice, you have to volunteer.
Absolutely.
Now, you went over the first time because they just
they told you, right? But he went back on his own.
On his own.
Well, John also served in the Vietnam War also. So that's
salute to you too, John.
Absolutely.
That's right.
That's why I knew he'd appreciate that story when I saw it pop up on my feed this morning. I'm like, that's one I got to add in there for John. All right, let's talk about some winnings. You know, when we talk about Las Vegas, you know, there's a lot of casinos out there, just a few. But I like to share, there are so many winnings that happen in the Virginia area, in our state. It's crazy. Woman turns a $1 add-on into a $150 Powerball win. A Virginia Beach woman turned a small extra bet into a 6-figure payday after winning $100,000 during the most recent Powerball drawing. Susan Cox purchased her ticket using the Virginia Lottery mobile app back on March 9th and matched 4 of the first 5 numbers. That combination typically only wins about 50 grand. Only 50 grand, I'll put that word in quotes. But Cox added the Powerball option just for an extra $1, and she won $150,000. Powerball drawings held 3 times a week with overall odds of winning any prize, 1 in 25. Any prize. So that could just be a $5 thing, or in this case, she won that. So congratulations. By the way, Ms. Cox, we know a nonprofit, wink, wink, that if you're looking for some donations, you know, some charitable donations, we got it right here. All right, here's another one. You know, normally if you buy 1 ticket, you hope that 1 ticket's a winner, right? Well, here's a lady. She bought 4 winning lottery tickets in a single day after she went into a place just to get a soda. She still hasn't wrapped her head around it, the woman told the South Carolina Education Lottery. She purchased 4 winning lottery tickets in one day, including one for $200,000. She bought 4 $5 neon jackpot scratch-offs at a stop-a-minute gas station and won money for every ticket that she purchased. Now, of course, she didn't win big money on them all. She won progressively. She won, let's see, she spent $20 on 4 tickets. She said that she won her money back on the first 2. So she won $5 on the first 2, won another $5 on the third ticket, and then ultimately on the fourth one, she won $200,000.
Oh.
So there you have it again. So good for her. She says she went on to say she plans to use the money to purchase a new house. So congratulations.
$200,015.
Right, exactly. Right. Well, technically $200,005 because the first 2 offset her ticket purchases.
Yes,
So
yes.
still $200,000 minus taxes at what, 28%, roughly $6,000. It's still okay with over $100,000 now.
And if she wants to donate,
I was just gonna say exactly. Wait, do we get a name for this lady? Let me see. I don't think we got a name. Let's see. No, we did not get a name for this lady in South Carolina. But that's okay because we'll figure it out. If you're listening, absolutely. By the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but here in the state of Virginia, percentages of lottery wins actually go to K-12 education.
yes,
That's
it
something I wish Clark County would do for all the people back home in Las Vegas. But so far in the last fiscal year, they've raised over $900 million through lottery for the state here for their educational budget. So I wish Nevada would do that because that would help them. But those darn casinos, they're like exactly.
Well, see, my father was one of the original number runners. They
Oh,
called him
what's-
the bag man.
Gotcha.
Right here in Hampton Road.
Gotcha.
Off of Church Street. So I've been knowing about numbers all
Oh,
of my
gotcha.
life.
So you can appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, really, and they were helping too, but they were helping different families around.
Absolutely.
the area.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
We're passing on money and then one another.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Here's a fundraising story here in the Chesapeake area. I was at this event providing community service through my Kiwanis Club of Chesapeake. Chesapeake Ruck Cancer Race raised over $20,000 for local firefighters battling occupational cancer. This took place at the Bell Wells Park down in Chesapeake. I may have Bell's Mill Park. There you go. 360 runners participated. Our Kiwanis Club, we served hamburgers and hot dogs all day long for everybody that was there. The Ruck Cancer 5K and 10K aims to raise awareness and funds for a grim reality and fire service. 3 out of every 4 line of duty deaths are caused by occupational cancer because of the fire and the stuff that's in the area when they're going in to fight the fire. It's part of the job. It's not a matter of it, but it's a matter of when ultimately Chesapeake Fire Department Lieutenant Tom Bell said. So what we're trying to do is by raising this money is to offset some of the financial costs and medical copays and things along those lines. Participants have the option to ruck a 5K or a 10K. Now, the ruck is the pack that they wear, or they're fully dressed in all their turnout gear, air tanks, the whole. I would have lost 5 pounds just wearing all the gear, standing still. You know what I'm saying? Bell said about 40 people wore full firefighter gear, which is about 70 pounds of extra weight because of the equipment. They were wearing a rucksack or a weighted vest, a firefighter breathing apparatus. This race started in 2012 by the Chesapeake Fire Department, when crew members were diagnosed with the occupational therapy. The event has grown significantly from an initial 137 runners to the current 363 that just ran last week. It was also originally at the Dismal Swamp Canal Trail. This year it was moved to the Bells Mill Park. Last year, the event raised $16,000, helped 11 firefighters. So this year with $20,000, more money, more support, which is wonderful. And of course, the Chesapeake Kiwanis Club has been there since day one because one of the organizers of this event back in the original year is the fire inspector, and he happens to be a member of our Chesapeake Kiwanis Club. So we have no choice, don't we? Wink, wink. Organizer set a tentative date of March 27th, 2027 for next year's Ruck race. So congratulations. I got a chance to sit in the fire truck. They have a pink decorated fire truck for cancer, right? Pink is always the color for cancer. And what I've started doing for my TV show, my wife takes pictures of me that I'm going to use in my bumpers in and out of the TV. Right. So as I'm taking pictures, someone come running up, would you like to take a picture in the truck? I'm like, I'm 5 years old. Yes, I do. I sat in the Batmobile. I'm going to sit in the fire truck, right? What kind of silly question is that? So they let me get in, and I'm in the truck, and the guy says, "Would you like to turn the lights on?" Of course, my brain heard sirens, not just like, but he said he turns this big battery switch on. He's showing me where the button. I'm just pushing buttons. I don't know what's happening. I'm waiting to hear the sound. No, it's just the lights, but that's okay. But I got some great pictures in the truck. Thank you to the Chesapeake Fire Department. All right. Last but not least, a little piece of business. Wavy 10, our local TV station here. Believe it or not, Nexstar, which is the parent company, I know you're probably familiar with Nexstar back in Vegas, Channel 8, the CBS affiliate, is part of Nexstar. Nexstar finalizes acquisition of Tegna, which is a communications company, and Wavy 10, our local channel, is part of that company.
Oh, really?
So I'll tell you, it's interesting when you actually read stuff online. You can learn about it.
Regina Mobley and I know one another.
Oh, really?
Well.
I watch her in the afternoon.
I've been interviewed on the station many times.
Well, there you go. They should name the station after you.
They should. Honestly, they really honestly should.
So as part of all of this, Wavy 10 may be part of this transition. It's still about a year away from being finalized because it has to go through the FCC and everything, all the regulations. But according to Deadline Hollywood, as conditions of approval, Nexstar has agreed to sell 6 stations within the next 2 years, including Wavy 10. So there'll be a change of ownership. I'm not reading anything that's going to say like the channel's going to be defunct or anything. It's just that they're going to change ownership. So that does it for this edition of Vegas Unwrapped 2.0. A lot of stuff. Listen, here's the best part. Coming up on the other side, we get to now moving on to my guests, and to everybody there on the feed on that side, stay tuned. We got stuff happening here. Thank you for watching Aaron's Hour. Please pay attention to my sponsors because without them, the show wouldn't be on. I want to thank Elite Financial. Where's my script there? John, let's do Elite first, and then we'll break off to the videos. Thank you very much. If you're serious about building wealth, protecting your money, and scaling your business, you need strategy, not just a tax preparer. Laurel Brushingham, CEO of Elite Financial Service LLC, and her team love to help individuals and entrepreneurs build financially elite lifestyles. They specialize in personal and corporate taxes, including S Corps and C Corps, strategic tax planning, bookkeeping, credit repair, business credit building, proper business structuring, and securing real business funding. But if you want to step into the industry of accounting and financial services, they will teach you taxes and provide professional tax software nationwide. To meet with Elite, call 757-717-2411. At Elite Financial Services, we don't just file taxes, we build financial power. Also, thank you to Coastal Aesthetics 757, Sky Ford, Tidewater Community College, and Peace, Love, and Little Donuts. Don't go anywhere, I'll be right back.
Men, are you disappointing your partner in the bedroom? Let's cut to the chase. Are you suffering from erectile dysfunction? 50% of men between the ages of 40 to 70 experience some form of ED. If you are experiencing ED, there is help without pills or needles to even worry about. Coastal 757 Aesthetics has new technology for men called Apex RF. Apex RF is a modern, non-invasive treatment that uses radio frequency to strengthen tissue from the inside out, resulting in better blood flow to the penis and a happier life partner. Call Coastal 757 Aesthetics at 757-481-4036 for a free consultation. That's 757-481-4036. Coastal 757 Aesthetics. Care for all phases of life.
It's not just you're here for 2 years and you're gone. It's you have a community, you have a network.
It doesn't matter where you came from or what you've done in the past. Everybody has the same opportunity here.
The financial resources, the community aspect of it, really important for your first 2 years of college. And you get that at TCC.
You know, we take family real serious here at TCC. We're a community, hence Tidewater Community College.
Peace, Love, and Little Donuts originated in Pittsburgh 15 years ago. Now you can enjoy these little cake donuts right here in Virginia Beach, located at 2105 Princess Anne Road. We have over 60 different toppings to choose from in quantities of 2, 6, 12, and 36. We can take care of any catering needs, such as weddings, business meetings, or Super Bowl party. Call us at 757-301-3564 and let us know what donuts will make your event even groovier. His leg and he happens to. Hi there. We're talking Batman during the commercial break. We're talking about the classic Batman movie when Adam West Batman is hanging on the helicopter rope and the shark is. How do you just happen to have shark repellent in your utility belt?
So Christian Bale is not the best Batman?
No. I didn't say that.
That was a question.
Okay, so you want the question? All right, so I'll give you my answer.
I'm saying it.
As far as I'm concerned, Adam West is the best.
Come on.
But
He was it.
But he was TV.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to talk full-length motion
Pictures, that's a different story.
Michael Keaton and Christian Bale, 1 and 1A, dude.
Michael
I'm gonna
Keaton.
take Keaton.
You gonna
I'm
take
gonna
Keaton?
say Keaton for television.
Because the Flash
I'm gonna
movie,
like you. I'm gonna say Keaton for
right, with
television.
Flash, the movie that was out a couple of years ago with Ezra Miller, everybody, I shouldn't say everybody, a lot of people didn't like the movie, but the one thing everybody loved was Michael Keaton reprising Batman in that movie.
Right.
And I thought it was tremendous. I just don't like that they killed him off. I mean,
Right.
I'm not spoiling anything. The movie's been out 5 years. But, listen, George Clooney, he was only known for the nipples on the bat suit. Let's be realistic. Okay. Val Kilmer, I thought was okay as a Bruce Wayne, not really a Batman guy. Now, the last one, the Batman with Robert Pattinson, okay, a couple of things I learned with that movie. Number one, I thought he was okay as a young Bruce Wayne. Not a big fan of, remember, in that movie, he was called the Vigilante. He wasn't called Batman yet, officially. But here's a couple of things I learned. Number one, I didn't realize it rained as much as it did in Gotham City until I watched that movie. You would think it's in Seattle because it rained every flipping minute.
Seattle's crazy.
Right, and then I never saw Batman. Did he have to take that slow, plodding walk into every scene? If I was Commissioner Gordon or Lieutenant Gordon, I would have come up behind him and just kicked him in the butt to move along. Yeah, but I am a Batman freak. Adam West, when he died, should have been declared a national holiday. But we'll get into Batman conversation in a little bit because what these guys don't know is I have my fan favorite fun questions that I ask, and I purposely don't share those. But we'll see what kind of answers we get. All right, here we go. Let me do the official introduction. The resumes are vast, so I'm just going to use a little truncated one, and they'll just fill it in. That's the beauty of what we do around here. Dr. Cecil Jenkins is widely respected for his musical legacy and mentorship, including being recognized as one of the final proteges connected to the legendary Marvin Gaye lineage. Beyond music, Dr. Jenkins has remained deeply committed to using culture and education as tools to uplift and guide the next generation. William Womack, also known as William T. Stars with 2 Z's, by the way, is the founder of GG. I kept messing that up. Every time I tried searching, I only put one in. Okay, anyway, he's the founder of GG2G Management and a cultural producer who works at the intersection. I love this line. Intersection of music, community development, and large-scale initiatives designed to create opportunity for youth and families. Together, they are collaborating on initiatives connected to the Take Back Our Children movement, which focuses on empowering youth through mentorship, music education, community engagement. And because I did not know you were coming on, I don't have a prepped bio. So why don't you take a minute or two and tell our audience your involvement, where you are, and you have your own little nonprofit support stuff going on too.
Today it's about Take Back Our Children. I am on Watch Me Mess It Up GG2G executive team with William T. Stars with the 2 Z's. And I'm out here doing outreach because I believe so highly in what we're doing for the generation. So my purpose today is to make sure that we're working for the good of Take Back Our Children. My name is Shauna Turner. Yes, I am a community leader in the Hampton Roads area, and we'll talk about me another time. But
we'll get you back. Absolutely.
But she does have a nonprofit that she can give us.
Thank you.
Well, okay, yes, sir.
Sure, I asked for it. You're like, no. He asked for it. Okay, I got it. Here it comes.
I have to respect even more. So my organization is Hampton Roads Mothers and Men Against Senseless Killings in honor of my late son, Shaquille T. Turner, that was murdered in 2017 in senseless gun violence. So we do touch a lot with our youth and families in the community. But I'll come back and tell you about that another day.
We will. We'll reschedule that. But here's the funny thing.
A lot of levels to me.
But Shauna and I met about a month ago,
yes,
right? At a networking event down in Norfolk called Social Blend. Thank you to Eli Cologne for putting us together. Yeah, I was emceeing an event that he had. You were there. We had to chat. And listen, this is the beauty of what I love what I do. And we're all in the same genre here. It's all about connecting with people. It's all about talking. It's networking. And when you have that connection with people and you find a lot of similarities, man, it's so easy to put collaboration together, right?
Yes.
I mean, and so thank you for reaching back out to me shortly after that, which is how
I
we're
was
all here
definitely
today.
gonna do
So
that.
no, that's okay. All right, so I don't know. I mean, I'd like to defer to whichever one of you would like to start first with like kind of like a little history and background. I mean, that we have the final protege of Marvin Gaye, and the guy's got exactly. He's got a list of accolades. It's probably about as big as the old yellow phone books. So why don't you just let our audience know? Give us some back. You wrote books. I mean, you're very accomplished. We're not talking somebody here who just took his music lessons last week here.
Although I did struggle with my music lessons. I have honorary doctorate in music therapy. And of course, my name is Cecil Jenkins. Mm-hmm. I was born here in Hampton Roads. And the purpose of being here right now is all about TBOC, which stands for Take Back Our Children, and Benefit Concert Tour. It's an initiative that was started by Marvin all the way back to what's going on with the Save the Children song on the album. And of course, I'm a protege of his first wife, Anna Gordy Gaye, as well. She was really something. She was such a loving, caring mother figure. But she was on steroids if you did something wrong. She didn't play that. She did not play that, But she loved me and wanted to give me the opportunity to learn from her as well, which I did. And so I had a hit record out that we thought called I Do Baby.
Okay.
And of course, this was during a period of time in the late 80s.
Okay.
And Marvin Gaye III is their son. And Mrs. Gaye wanted me to work along with Marvin. She let me know that he needed me.
Okay.
And I was on tour with Rick James, actually.
Super freak.
Doing
dates
with him.
Okay.
And
you must have stories working with him, I bet.
Well, I was under my own name. Actually. Okay. He had his side, and
right.
And I'm on the other side.
We'll have to have you back to share some of those stories on another episode.
Although I was with him at different time periods.
Sure.
Especially when he did You and I.
Right.
And come running in Marvin's studio where he recorded the song.
Okay.
Jumping out of a limousine with white socks on. and running inside the studio with those white socks. You can imagine how dirty they were after he did that several times.
Absolutely.
But yeah, and then we'll talk a little more about Mrs. Gaye, who told me to save the babies.
Okay.
And I've dedicated my life to working with the young people.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it took place here in Hampton Roads.
Mm-hmm.
I was responsible for the first revision introduced in regards to the Virginia State song, Carry Me Back to Old Virginia.
Right.
I did that with Councilman Howard Copeland and Frank Guida. And Frank Guida was a producer, record company person.
Mm-hmm.
He owned a record called Frankie's Got It, which was on Granby Street.
Okay.
But LeGrand Records, because he had quite a few big name artists that he produced. One, of course, was Gary U.S. Barnes with High School USA.
Mm-hmm.
I happen to know about those things. I'm not that old yet.
You read about him in a magazine once.
Yeah, and I met
he was featured in.
And I met Gary on several occasions. He and his family, wonderful guy. As a matter of fact, Gary is from Portsmouth, Virginia as well. And then he had Jimmy Soul. If you want to be happy for the rest of your life, you make an ugly woman your wife. They're kind of calypso type of song. And Jimmy Soul is still a hit today in several movies. And then my uncle, Horace Jenkins, and he and his group, of course, my uncle Wim Collins, they had a record called Walk That Walk on Atlantic Records, which was pretty big for them during that time.
Sure.
So being from this market, I gained a great deal of experience with working with our young people. So when I went back to the General Assembly after we lost in the Senate by one vote, George Allen didn't want to vote with us for whatever political reasons. but we lost in the Senate. It was in the Washington Post. it went nationwide. The song was recorded by us, and Frank Guida, he shipped it internationally. So it's all overseas, and it's a very important piece.
Gotcha.
With Cecil and Lou John on it all over the world. However, we went back again with carrying me back to a drug-free Virginia.
Okay.
And that was during the time of Douglas L. Wilder being inducted into governorship, though I was a part of what he was doing in lieutenant governorship.
Okay.
But he was the first African-American governor
Right on.
to receive that position in Virginia. And when he came out of being sworn in, me and all the kids, which included Mitzi Elliott and several others, I mentioned that name because that seems to be the most
I was
familiar
going to say, she's very prominent
today.
Yeah.
But and then William Salam, he was a ventriloquist out of this market that a lot of people knew. And when they came out of being sworn in, there we were in the rotunda downstairs there singing "Carry Me Back to a Drug-Free Virginia."
Love it.
And I always say this when I'm interviewing, Timbaland, I am still sorry that we couldn't get you in the car. but you have to understand now what was happening is that the state of Virginia, had we put you in that car and became an overload and an accident would have happened, they would have strung me up by my little toes.
Oh no.
And so it wasn't something that we could do,
Yeah.
realizing that accidents are just what they are.
All right, William.
Yes.
How did you meet this guy? And how did you guys come to collaborate for T-Bot?
So I met Dr. Jenkins through another doctor that I know, Dr. Cynthia Ashley, who is the founder of Total Faith Network from upstate New York. I put together an event last year in August called Legends and Leaders Benefit Concert, and it was featuring the legendary Foursome D's. You remember Foursome D's? You may not know them, man.
It doesn't ring a bell to me.
Tender love, sing it for me. Tender love.
Love so tender.
Yeah, the Foursome D's, man. No, so we did the Legends.
This is
and Leaders-
KC Kasem.
We did the Legends and Leaders Benefit Concert last year at Venue 757 in Portsmouth again. It was in support of mothers who had lost children against senseless violence, because I have a song with the Foursome D's that's produced by Big Herb Middleton called A Mother's Cry.
Okay.
And it's a nationally distributed song. It's charting somewhere on the billboards right now. Last time I saw it was about 400, and that was probably about 6 months ago, and then it had a budget. So I don't know what it's doing now. But Dr. Cynthia Ashley, who was one of the hosts of the Legends and Leaders, brought Dr. Cecil as her special guest. And I didn't know who Dr. Cecil was. She had told me about him. And I just saw this gentleman sitting at a table that was by itself, and he was sitting in the brim, and he was just sitting there. And I just sat down at the table, and we just started talking. Now, I'm the event coordinator. I'm running 160 paces. I got 4 media interviews going at the same time. Somehow I found 45 minutes to sit in the dark and talk with Dr. Cecil.
That it was meant to be. That's the only way you can correlate
Matter
that.
of fact, they had to come find me. They pulled me away from him for us. He was like, "Wait a minute, I'm talking."
Was I looking for you?
Everybody was looking for me, and I was sitting right there in the table in the center, just looking just like this, and it was just us two, and we were just chatting.
Right.
And that's how I met him. And then, his first event was supposed to be during that same time. But when he heard that my event was a benefit concert, he canceled the first, it was T-Bot then, right? He rescheduled that because there was another major community event and he didn't know me, but he respected the cause. And rather than him trying to go up against the cause, he came to be a part of the cause that I already had going.
Gotcha.
From the Legends and Leaders, he introduced me to his vision, which is T-Bot, which is Take Back Our Children. Well, what he didn't know about T-Bot was that I have my own youth curriculum, which is a summer camp called GG2G Go, which is Give Glory to God and Go Forth in Excellence.
Okay.
So everything that T-Bot is, the Master Studio initiative, where inside the studio, you have a recording environment where the children can be in an environment that stimulates their growth as a child, not to build them to put them in a market that's monitored by adults, right? So with that being said, you had that initiative, but since I'm an entrepreneur, clothing designer, artist, videographer, I don't produce.
Jack of all trades.
I get produced. You know what I'm saying? My summer camp was to show an artist how to individually stand on their own and not need the systemic system.
Right.
So that's GG2G Go. That's what So when he had the T-Bot, I'm like, oh, now I got to put a place to put my summer program in annually.
Right on.
And then that's where the partnership was built, because basically God gave me the furniture, which was GG2G Go, but he gave Dr. Cecil the house. Gotcha. So I'm just going to build walls or stick our curriculum in it, and we go around the nation helping children and taking them back out of the hands of the enemy through frequency and through music.
And how long ago was that? How long is
this? Was August until now. We met in August last year.
Okay, so it's just not even a year.
No,
not a year.
You listen. You guys are so polished in the program. So John is showing some of the flyers and some of the marketing digital stuff we have going on. We'll talk about that right there when we come back on the other side of the break, because this is where you're partnered with Tidewater Community College for Saturday seminars.
Correct.
But looking at the material, and when we first chatted here in the studio about a week or so ago and talking with you, it's hard to believe you guys have only been on the same page for less than a year. It's like you guys have such great chemistry together that it seems like you guys have been. I expect you to say 10 years.
It's the drive.
Absolutely.
It's the drive of it as well, because we've been doing it for so long. And I've always worked with the youth in this market. And so getting with William was a joy, because I have the opportunity to mentor William and bring him up to, not that he's not intelligent about most things. He knows a great deal of things and has accomplished a great deal of goals. But however, there are those little tweak things that you need to know.
When you're inside the forest, sometimes you can't see everything and you need somebody's eyes outside.
No, you can't. So by way of T-Bot, which is Take Back Our Children, and if you just showed the flyer from TCC College. I'm Tidewater Community College.
From here going anywhere.
And I'm an alumni too.
Yeah, so I'm alumni.
I just market that.
The music department, they were just starting at the time, and they had a professor on there before they ended up with the present professor, which is Mark Dennis.
Mark Dennis is the music director.
And so with me having the experience that I have and realizing that artist development is so important, I decided to take the course there. And of course, I graduated from the course and so forth. And it was under the tutelage of Mark. And we worked together.
Mark unfortunately could not join us today. He was supposed to be, he was invited to be here, but his schedule conflicted.
We understand. We understand. However, we got together and we put together an awful lot of effort in making that music department work. That was something that Father Green, they called him, a religious clergy. He's the one that started TCC College, way back in the day. And he wanted me and my act that I had brought here from Hollywood, Cecil and Lou John, to attend the college during that time. But unfortunately, at that time, our record was hot. And when a record is hot, you go with it. You do what you got to do right then. And that's what we chose to do. Not realizing that later on, I would end up attending TCC College. Become a grand part.
All right, we're going to step aside for a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about what is happening on the 11th for T-Bot, Take Back Our Children, TCC's involvement during the day on the 11th, and then the big finale Saturday night with a big event and gala and music and all of that. You're watching Aaron's Hour with a great panel of guests today. Don't go anywhere. We got 20 minutes left to accomplish a lot. We'll be right back. Peace, Love, and Little Donuts originated in Pittsburgh 15 years ago. Now you can enjoy these little cake donuts right here in Virginia Beach, located at 2105 Princess Anne Road. We have over 60 different toppings to choose from in quantities of 2, 6, 12, and 36. We can take care of any catering needs, such as weddings, business meetings, or Super Bowl party. Call us at 757-301-3564 and let us know what donuts will make your event even groovier.
Men, are you disappointing your partner in the bedroom? Let's cut to the chase. Are you suffering from erectile dysfunction? 50% of men between the ages of 40 to 70 experience some form of ED. If you are experiencing ED, there is help without pills or needles to even worry about. Coastal 757 Aesthetics has new technology for men called Apex RF. Apex RF is a modern, non-invasive treatment that uses radio frequency to strengthen tissue from the inside out, resulting in better blood flow to the penis and a happier life partner. Call Coastal 757 Aesthetics at 757-481-4036 for a free consultation. That's 757-481-4036. Coastal 757 Aesthetics. Care for all phases of life.
All right, welcome back to Aaron's Hour. Great panel of guests here today. We have Dr. Cecil Jenkins is here. We have William T. Stars with two Z's. And I'll just call her Shayna because that's my accent. Shauna with Shauna. Shayna. With two na-na-nas? Like Batman's na-na-nas?
I was trying to tell people,
That's
remember
the
Shana
Hebrew.
Na-na-na? I was like, that's how you say my name.
Shana-na-na-na.
Yeah, remember?
Yeah, it was a
But
good
it doesn't
song.
work.
I'm
Shayna.
All right. So we're talking about an event that's coming up here in, well, it's what, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Right. I'm looking at my calendar over there. Today's
Like right
28th, the 11th is 2 weeks. Holy cow. Take Back Our Children, TBOC as it's known for short. And it's really called beginning on Saturday. Well, it's all day the 11th.
Yeah.
Right.
Correct.
But it begins with, so John, if you could put up that flyer again with TCC on there, not that one. We'll get to not that one. Not that one. And if you could push us off to the side in the meantime, Youth Music and Media Shop. This is Saturday, April 11th from 10 a.m. to 3 at TCC's Norfolk campus. So talk about how this developed and how this falls right in line with what you two gentlemen want to do to help our community.
Sure. So the TCC workshop, what we're going to have is round robin in 4 stations. Right.
Okay.
We have the master studio room where the grand piano is at the Granby Theater, TCC Granby Street entrance.
Okay.
So in that room, we'll be talking about the etiquette of performing live, concert. You'll have the lights going, the DJ, full blown. This is what it feels like performance for the kids.
Okay.
Or the youth, or for everybody who's in
Is there an
attendance.
age? Is there an age?
So there's not an age. It is focused on the youth, but it's parents
So-
can come.
okay.
Yeah, it's all ages.
It's family.
The family.
Is there a
So
minimum age?
TBOC has always been.
Nope, not a
No,
minimum
okay.
age. It's
Okay.
a capacity.
Okay.
It's a capacity, but not an age group.
So it's always been family.
Okay, great.
And this is how I grew to understand Take Back Our Children to not be for the youth, is that we're all children of God.
Absolutely.
So if we're taking back our children and we're taking back the children of God, and we're taking about old, young, and generational. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I process it. But so the TCC workshop, again, is four stations round robin. You got the live audio room, live performance room. You got the drums that Dr. Cecil donated to the TCC college that's still there.
All right.
Full blown drum set. I was about to. But no.
I can listen to a good drum solo for hours.
But across the hall, we have a room set up that's going to be more of a teaching environment where we talk about how to shop for sponsors, for partners, how to build a brand forward facing to get the support in that you need. Publishing, protecting yourself as an artist, trademarking, all of that good old stuff that everybody gives to the system to do for them, right? That's in that room. Around the corner from that, we have a piano room, and everything is sponsored and TCC already.
Okay.
So we're also showing the people the power that TCC has right here locally.
That's a great opportunity for them to
program.
see people come into their college and university.
There's no question about it. One other thing before you continue, Will. With me coming from Motown, with me being a person who created a dance, and some of you out there old enough to have done that dance too, called The Rock. It was called The Rock. Michael Jackson did On the Rock with You. Aretha and the Whispers did Rock Steady.
Okay.
Well, Cecil Jenkins, under the name of Prince, might be a long time ago. But however, my partner and I took that dance to Hollywood, California. And I'm saying that because being a part of Motown, we're talking about artist development. Motown was the first record company and the first African-American record company. that had artist development.
Okay.
And William Mickey Stevenson, who was the A&R director over there, it was very important for him to direct all the artists, and they couldn't come in not looking good and fresh as far as that is concerned. The Gordy girls are the ones who dress all the artists. That's why you saw everybody so polished. But it's all about artist development.
Sure.
I'm going to give about 30 minutes to that.
Okay.
In a special room to talk about artist development and what it means to wear your pants a certain way, and what it means to.
You mean not backwards or inside out?
Yeah, that works with a concept. I'm not going to take that away from Chris Cross. Chris Cross is very famous.
Aaron was like, I forgot all about Chris Cross.
Chris Cross is very famous.
We all three, yeah. That was a style. Like, that cross color boy.
They did wear them backwards, and then it brought them international fame after that. But artist development is something that all of our children need today.
Sure.
It will help give them the esteem to become better.
Yes.
And TBOC is based on that.
Right.
We want to, because the children are being manipulated. And being bamboozled today to get away from the true meaning of the arts.
Yes.
As it should be. When hip hop first came in with Nas and all the others, it was always something of an upbuild. And today is down. You see, you're calling women out of their names. The frequency of the music has been acting chaotic because music is just that powerful to do that. And so we want to put them back in the line of realizing the purpose of being an artist, something Marvin Gaye stayed true to because of the fact of consciousness.
Right.
It has to be that way. When they decided to take the 5 elements and sort of destroy or distract them away from the arts. And one of the main factors was knowledge.
Right.
When they removed knowledge and put in gangster, as we see gangster today, and we see what has occurred behind the gangster. You know, we can't look at it blindfold and think that it's not there.
Right.
You hear it.
Right.
You see?
Right.
So that's something.
And just to add to that, what I know is every music genre targets a different audience with a different message. And, you know, and with that being said, there's only one genre of music that's divided into genres of music, meaning R&B, hip hop, you have country, and you have rock, and you have soft rock, right? But then you have this gospel industry that's contemporary gospel, old school. So even the music that's supposed to be created, that is supposed to embody the message of unity, is divided in its genre. You know what I'm saying? Subdivided.
Right.
So it just goes further again because we're all born with gifts.
Right.
And these gifts, when the world see these gifts, that's what they want out of you. And without a structure around you to help your children and mold and bring them up right in the way that they should go, you have to go into a place where you're called out of just to try to find resources for your youth or for yourself.
Right.
And that's what TBOC builds. It gives a structure where, okay, how do I do this wholesomely, righteously, and at the extreme level of excellence?
We have about 10 minutes left already, so let's make sure we give out information where people can register, buy tickets. We haven't even talked about Saturday night yet, as how people can be involved. So let's go into that.
Absolutely. So just to wrap up what's going on at the youth, we have the piano room where there's 16 pianos, teach basic keys, music, ding, 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 all of that. And then upstairs in the TCC, we have 8 silent studios, boxes, or pods, where the people will see how to record mobily. You don't really need a $400,000, $500,000 an hour studio to produce music now. You can
you can rent mine for only $100 if you want.
$100. You can set up $79, $100 and have your music recorded in one of these boxes and then sitting in any engineer in the world to produce a massive record.
Right.
So the TCC environment itself has everything that someone would need to be a TBOC. That Saturday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. will be all around TCC and Grammy Street, Norfolk. Okay. Later on that evening, 7 p.m. to 12 p.m., we'll be at the Sheridan Waterside Gala benefit, the Motown benefit concert, where Aaron will be hosting our fundraising hour. So y'all make sure y'all bringing them paddles.
Bring those paddles.
You know what I'm saying? With you.
More importantly, bring your credit card. The heck with the paddle, or hold up your credit card. I'll find that too.
Amen. And it's going to be a glamorous event. We have some of the best people in music in the world, starting with Preston Glass, who's produced for Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, Earth, Wind, and Fire. He's one of our keynote speakers. The Jacksons. He's one of our keynote speakers and special guests that's going to be an event. We have a mystery guest. I'm going to say mystery guest, even though we got a birdie. So we put the birdie out there. But we got a special guest that we're trying to bring in, and we're looking for sponsors now, again, to be able to help the event grow from the ground level. It's not about us. It's about coming together collectively for this vision.
Now, there is a QR code on these flyers.
Correct.
What is that tied to?
That QR code goes directly to the Eventbrite page. Just go to Eventbrite, type in TBOC, TBOC. That'll take you to the Eventbrite page. From the Eventbrite page, you can also buy tickets. You can sponsor an ad in the TBOC magazine, but you can also use the Zelle, which is the official 501c contribution method. Okay. You ain't got to worry about taxes. You go straight directly to the TBOC bank account, your tax write-off, and everything is secure if you use the Zelle. If you go through the Eventbrite, you go get taxed by Eventbrite, but it's there for your convenience, just like milk $5 at the convenience store. But if you just take that extra note and type in the phone number from the Zelle, you can buy sponsor ads, 10 seats a table, your whole family, your business, your brand, VIP status at the table, and also general admission tickets just for the concert, $50, $75 for VIP, still seated, still dining experience. And then, of course, we have couples, 2 tickets, $160, sit together, right? So we've lowered the tickets because we want people in the room. Right. And when the call is out for sponsors and investors to come on board, sometimes they need to see the people show up to realize that it's a real thing, to support. Right. So, God works according to his will. And the way we put it out there was the way he told us to. And the way we still have it out there is the way it's going to be out there. So we're building this.
Don't forget the main ingredients.
The main ingredients.
Absolutely. Everybody.
William T. Starr's coming too.
William T. Starr.
Yeah, he'll be in the building.
William T. Starr's is coming. That's it. I'm out of here. He's coming. I'm going. Let's go. Is that with 2 Z's or 1?
Double the Z's, double the G's. You know what I'm saying?
The reason why we decided to bring the main ingredients because they're personal friends, but they're also guys who understand what's happening in the music industry with our children and want to be supportive of it. And they had that one big hit with Cuba Gooding singing the lead. Everybody plays the fool.
Love that
so
song.
we want all the young people to understand that everybody plays the fool. So that happens. And then there's Bo Henderson. Okay. And Bo, of course, was the lead singer for the Stylistics, just recently, the Temptations, Lakeside, as well as for the Dramatics. Okay. And I think I like to say I had a little influence. The Talking Men on being on his own.
Gotcha.
Being his own artist today. So with all of that in mind, and the music, it's not about the concert.
Right.
It's about music, yes. And there will be demonstrations of that, but it allow us to give you something else that you would enjoy. Absolutely. With a beautiful dinner and a beautiful ambience going on.
Absolutely. And it'll bring birth to the Master Studios initiative here in the Hampton Roads. This is an initiative that we already have slotted across different states nationally. We wanted to kick it off here in Norfolk because this is where we're from. I'm from Portsmouth. He's from Norfolk. We're from Virginia.
Right.
But I don't want Virginia to miss this opportunity to be the groundbreaking battlefield for the whole goal here. Right. Yes. So we're bringing all of our resources here to Virginia, but we're like, where's Virginia?
Right. Where's the roots?
Where's the roots? You know what I'm saying?
And, the main thing here is this, and Will made it very clear. We're doing what all of us should be doing. Everybody should be doing this, even with the murders at Old Dominion University. Yes. Norfolk State student, Sierra Jenkins, my cousin, who was murdered down on Granby Street at Backstage, March 22. Okay. My nephews, 4 of them got shot. You see, and they were musicians at Norfolk State University in the band, trying to follow their uncle's footsteps, and they were all in neckties at the time that they got shot. So, and then we were talking about Shanna's son. Dr. Truth Bay's son. I know so many worldwide. I've heard stories that will say to you, get up and do something about this. Don't wait for it to happen again, because it's going to.
Absolutely.
So we can stop it, we can control it, and we can do something about it.
We have the secret. We have the secret. These master studios that we're talking about building all around, you know, T-Bach is in Barbados, T-Bach Hades, T-Bach Africa, 5 different countries, T-Bach Jamaica, and T-Bach here in America. And we're focused on America when they're begging us to come over there to do something about their children there.
Right.
So what are we going to do?
Well, we're going to do something about it on April 11th. That's for darn sure. So if you miss any of the information that has been shared over the last hour, just go back and replay it. Grab those QR codes on the flyers that John put up for us previously. Also, too, you can check out William Womack on Facebook if you have any questions. Worst case scenario, folks, you can always message me as well. You can always just send me a quick email at aaron@thevoiceof757.com. If you want any information that you heard about today, but you can't remember everybody, don't worry about it. Shoot me an email. I will get you in touch with anybody that you need to. I will be there on the 11th. I don't know how I got lucky enough to be in the middle of all of this, but I did. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to be part of another program that helps support the kids in our community. As a Kiwanian of well over 40 years, that's our mission. And this works well in line. Plus, I get to hobnob with such great people. Okay. So, all right. With that, we only have a couple of minutes left. Real quickly. Oh, thank you. Thank you. This week, before I forget, Passover starts Wednesday night, Seder night number 1, then Seder night number 2, obviously the next day. So everybody's celebrating. Just don't overindulge the matzah, because otherwise you'll have some other problems to talk about. Also, too, my guest
or the Easter eggs.
Or the Easter eggs, yeah, really. Actually, did you see the article that egg prices are actually starting to come down now? Because now more chickens are being hatched and born, and they can produce more. I don't know why that's a big deal over the last couple of years, but nonetheless.
Yeah.
My guest next week will be Sadiq Zahir. He is a gentleman that will share. That's right. He will share his story. They're all related, right? He'll share his story about spending time incarcerated and how he kind of refound himself through Christ and God, and how he's mentoring people to reestablish their bounds in life. So he'll be joining me next week. Real quickly, April 1st on Wednesday is a pretty important day on the calendar, is it not, for Marvin Gaye?
It's my dad's birthday.
It is.
And it's your dad's birthday too.
Well, he's no longer with us.
Okay, well, that's it.
So
He still has a birthday.
April 1st is the day that Marvin was demised. And what's so crazy about it is that early that morning between 5:30 and 6 o'clock,
okay,
he called me, wanted me to go pick up his bodyguard, who I got in a fight with to save his life. And however, he knew he could call me to do that because he knew me very well and knew I would do so. And I did. And while I was away picking him up and what have you, and then him not going back to the house to protect and to make certain that Marvin was not in trouble there, because, quote unquote, we chose not to go to a rehab. Okay, because sexual healing was so big.
Right. Sure.
And there's a lot that's going on. Anyway, my book is called Last Words for the Protege of Marvin Gaye.
Okay.
These are the last words that I heard from him of the morning of his demise. His sister Zeola Gaye, which we do every year, is we kind of celebrate and have a good time on his birthday, which we've done it in Las Vegas here now for at least 10 years. And so it'll be in Las Vegas, of course, over at, oh God, I forgot the name of the club. But anyway, look her up on the page, Zeola Gaye, Zeola.
Okay.
And if you need to find me, I'm Cecil Jenkins, Sesil, last name Jenkins, Jenkins, all over social network, William T. Stars, and exactly my man here.
Thank you. All right, real quickly, I'm going to fire 2 quick questions out at you all, and you need to give me quick answers because we're running out of time.
Got it.
Don't come.
Okay. Favorite superhero, Batman or Superman?
Superman.
Never coming back.
Same question.
Same question. I'm going to go right
Superman.
You tell me.
Please save me.
Actually, Man of Steel, but go ahead. Continue.
Well, it's the same guy.
Exactly. Right.
Batman or Superman?
I can't decide.
Now, there's a politician. Now, there are a lot more of those questions
I
I
can't
ask.
decide.
That's okay.
I'm neutral.
There's a lot more of those type of questions I'd like to ask about an interview, but we've had such a great time talking about the event. So this is the last one that I always ask, and I think it's rather apropos. It's the only serious one of those I ask. When the day comes, many, many years from now, that you're standing at the pearly gates to be welcomed in, the maitre d' is at the door to welcome you in. What is it you want to hear the maitre d' say to you upon entering the pearly gates?
Well done.
Well done.
Definitely. Well done.
I figured you'd sing it.
He did.
He did.
Barry Manilow.
Oh my God.
Well done.
All right, everybody, that does it for this edition of Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips. Listen, I ain't good. No, I still love it. It's okay. Thank you for watching, everybody. As always, be kind to everybody. Why? We're all we have. We'll see you next time right here on Aaron's Hour. Thank you for watching.